Hello everyone and welcome to another review. Today I have a review for you of a scent that was highly requested by a lot of my coworkers. It is none other than Unbreakable Bond by Khloe and Lamar Odom. Here is the bottle. It says Unbreakable Bond by Khloe and Lamar on the top. It's clear, see-through. The cap is plastic. The cap pops off. It is actually kind of see-through. You can go poke your finger through there, and it's meant to kind of rest on top of the sprayer. The top of the sprayer has K and L for Khloe and Lamar. The bottom has the sticker, and the sprayer is somewhat decent. There you go. So that's pretty much it for the design of the bottle. This was released in 2011. The parfumé behind it is Khloe and Lamar. I didn't see any other parfumé credited with this. It was released and was supposed to be right before Valentine's Day of last year, or 2011, and supposed to be a unisex fragrance that works just as well with men as it does with women. So that's kind of what they were going after. This is the 3.4. It's available in two sizes, the 1.0 and the 3.4 ounce. Now, when shopping around, I was able to purchase this fragrance for, I think it was around $15. It originally retailed for around $55, and it has since moved to bargain bins where, sorry, I bit my tongue, where now this is regarded as, a cheapie that you can actually purchase pretty cheap. Now, this, like I said, cost me about $15. Shop around, you can probably expect to pay around $15 to $20 for it. The 1.0, I actually was not able to find something, relatively cheaper than the 3.4. So that's why I ended up buying such a big bottle, even though I'm probably not going to use it. Now, the notes that this actually consists of. The top is bergamot, clementine, saffron, and apple. The mid notes are geranium, jasmine, lily of the valley, and red fruit. And the base notes are dark chocolate, tonka bean, vanilla, and cedar. So, what do I get out of this scent immediately? Immediately when I smell this scent, I get dark chocolate, I get a little bit of fruits that kind of come up in it. Actually, not a little bit, a lot of fruits that come up in it. And in the background is more of a little bit of jasmine, lily, a little bit of florals that come into the background for this scent. That's immediately just what I get for the scent pretty much throughout the whole time. Kind of get a little bit of the vanilla and tonka bean that kind of add to the sweetness of the chocolate for it. But once that actually passes, you're left with a scent that is a little bit soapy, a little bit of a cedar type scent. So you can expect a sweet scent with a lot of citrus or a lot of fruity type vibe from this scent. It is very similar to this scent from Yves Saint Laurent. None other than L'Homme by Yves Saint Laurent. It's very similar, but at the same time, not the same. They both kind of take their own separate direction, how they are. I believe L'Homme is a little bit more refined than Unbreakable Bond is, but Unbreakable Bond does have its own place. As far as the actual scent itself, I consider Unbreakable Bond a little bit of a chameleon. It comes across differently to different people. For example, some people that actually smelled this scent thought it smelled a little bit like flowers. Some people who smelled the scent thought it smelled a little bit like fruits. Some got more chocolate out of it. So depending on the skin type and also depending on what that person kind of gets more from scents is what they're more going to smell. So this does pass as a unisex fragrance. It does pass as something that is appealing to both men and women and is appealing and is able for both men and women to actually wear. So for sprays, this scent I highly recommend anywhere between 1 and 4 sprays. The projection on this isn't as monstrous, but at the same time, it does leave a veritable cloud. It does leave a pretty decent cloud and a scent trail, so you might want to be careful on the sprays. For occasion, this is definitely a casual scent for me. A casual scent and a scent that is good for those of you who are younger and in school. I would classify this as a school scent. If you don't mind coming off smelling sweet, I'd say take a look at this fragrance. As far as some people have actually recommended that it's a good date night or going out fragrance, I think it could be used for that type of scenario as well. So just keep that in mind. Projection and sillage. Projection on this one is not so good. Projection is a little bit just kind of wandering around there. It's not going to reach out and touch anyone. At the same time, sillage for this scent is actually pretty good. Mentioned it earlier, sillage is going to leave a nice, lasting, lingering scent. So for that, again, be careful on the sprayer for this scent. For longevity, I get anywhere between 6 to 8 hours for this scent. After 6 to 8 hours, it begins to die down and leaves that dry down scent of what I was talking about a soapy, woody scent. But it goes strong. It goes strong with that citrus type scent throughout the whole time. As far as season goes, this is definitely an all year round scent. Very similar to Loam in that manner. It can be used all year round. You just want to be a little bit more careful in the summer because it can come across as very sweet. So just be careful on the trigger for it. As far as age group goes, I would recommend this for anyone except older gentlemen. I think once you start to pass off as like 35, 40, you probably want to stick away from this fragrance because of that sweetness, because of that almost more of a playful scent, and it's not playful in a mature, refined manner. You probably want to stick away from this scent. As far as what other people thought, again, this was a scent that was highly pushed by my coworkers. They wanted me to review this scent, so I went ahead, picked it up, reviewed it. Here's what they thought about it.
So I do feel that I should start by saying that my impression of this cologne is affected by the fact that it is Khloe and Lamar Odom's cologne. But as for the specific smell, it just smells a little bit like cheap cologne to me. I don't know exactly how to describe that, but there's a certain smell that cheaper colognes have, and I think that I could identify this immediately as something you'd buy at like a JCPenney's or a Marshall's or something like that. It's very different from the previous cologne I smelled. So overall, I'd say my grade would be a C-. It's not something I would even wear every day, but it's my review.
So I definitely smell the ginger. I understand the unisex part of it. I'm not sure that I'd wear something that may also make me smell like a man, so B, but it's good.
This has a very sexy scent. It makes me feel like I'm out at night, that I feel aggressive, and I'm on the hunt. It's not overpowering, and it has a much longer linger.
Letter grade?
I would say it is an A-.
Okay. I like this. It's a little fruity, but it seems like a little bit strong. Maybe, yeah, it's summery. Maybe like you gotta spray it a little bit further away or just very little.
Reminds me of like strawberry preserves.
Yeah, very fruity.
Like very fruity, very sweet.
But I think I'll get it, especially for the price, $30. Yeah.
Letter grade?
Letter grade.
I would give it a B-. It's too sweet for me.
Maybe A-.
Sorry, I had to get that rub out of the way. But as you can see, that's kind of the impression that they got of it. They got that it was cheap, a ginger scent, a sexy nighttime scent, a fruity scent, sweet, strawberries. So it was a mixed bag of opinions, but overall it was actually very good. So, for a $15 fragrance, for a $15, $20 fragrance, those were actually very good marks. C-, B, A-, B-, A-. Solid marks, and that is kind of the overall impression that I got from this scent. Most people actually liked it. The ones that didn't like it thought that it was too sweet. The ones that didn't like it thought that it was a bit either on both sides of the aisle, like some of the men thought that it was a little bit too feminine. Some of the women thought that it was a bit too masculine for it. So unisex definitely comes across that. Okay, so ratings. For scent, this one gets a solid C+. For scent, it's a very good scent. Very similar, sorry, I've got to rub my nose again. Very similar to Loam in that manner, but it tastes definitely a much sweeter vibe than Loam does. And to me, it's not as enjoyable, but if you're a fan of sweet scents, go ahead and check this one out. As far as projection goes, it gets a C+. Projection, it's not going to reach out and grab anyone, but at the same time, it's no slouch. Just slightly above average. C+ is definitely a solid rating and definitely what I give for this scent. For sillage, it gets a B. The scent trail that it leaves is much better. It's much more pronounced. It is definitely something that will have people smelling the air and sniffing around and kind of getting their impression of, the person that passed as they were wearing this scent. So, yes, so for sillage, B. For uniqueness, this gets a solid B-. The only other scent that, again, that I came across that smells like it is L'Homme. It is similar, but at the same time, that sweet, that chocolatey, that fruity vibe is something that is actually kind of unique from other scents that I've actually smelled from it. So it is kind of a unique fragrance. You won't smell too much like other people's, like other aquatics that are around. So it definitely comes across as a pretty unique fragrance, and for uniqueness, gets a solid B minus. For longevity, this gets a solid B minus for longevity. I get 6 to 8 hours from it, but after that 6 to 8 hours opens, it's not really up to interpretation. It just kind of falls flat from there, and that's all you pretty much get from it. So 6 to 8 hours, you may get different results on your skin. Again, try it out. For versatility, C+. Versatility, it is average in terms of versatility. The only reason why it doesn't get higher marks is because of that sweetness. That sweetness kind of turns it off for some roles. It's a little bit too sweet for work for me. It lacks a little bit of that versatility, even though you can use it year round. So solid C+. As far as compliments goes, it also gets a C+ in terms of compliments. I might be tempted to give it a B minus, just because it actually does get pretty good ratings when people smell it. The reason why I give it C+ though in terms of ratings is that I didn't get any unsolicited type of comments from it. I got all the comments that I got were when I had people smell it and they thought, oh, okay, it's like that. It's not something that somebody jumps up to you and approaches you for. So other people might have better results, but yes, C+ for that. As far as overall scent goes, I give this one a solid C+. It is definitely a good scent for its price. For $15, $20, you really can't go wrong with it. You know, go ahead and pick it up, especially if you're in high school and you're looking for that sweet scent, something different, something new to try you over. Go ahead and take this. If you're a lover of gourmands, go ahead and try this. If you liked L'Homme, but you wanted L'Homme to be a little bit more sweet, go ahead and give this one a try. If L'Homme was perfect for you, you might not necessarily like this as much as some other people might. So if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free, leave me a message, do whatever you got to do, send me an email. I always answer any questions. Again, just let me know. So thank you, take care of yourselves. It's a nice Memorial Day. I got my Street Sense t-shirt on. I'm gonna go out Central Park probably, maybe to the beach, have some fun here in New York. Wherever you are, have a great day and take care of yourselves.